But our next match is going to be another team kill. We see our team kills so often, but
well, that's what happens when 4 of them are in top 8, man.
I know. If you don't want it, don't have so many of your players be good. But we've got Cowboy.
It's a horrible argument.
hey, what can you do? Yep. No, but we've got Cowboy against Biohazard. Cowboy, Mr. Shinnok, another player just like Young Monster, where Cowboy plays all 3 variations of Shinnok. He chooses each one based on what he likes in the matchup.
Yep.
I don't even know who he's going to pick against. Biohazard, who's another character. We're seeing a lot of character loyalists here today.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. And I'm excited to see this match. Because, sorry.
I got you.
Thank you.
So here's the thing.
Caught my brain.
We have seen these 2 play before, and I believe it was Wound Cowboy that came out on top.
Yeah, we actually have seen these 2 play, I believe, twice at least in Season 2.
Yeah.
In top 8s. And Cowboy has beaten Biohazard every single time, but this was entirely before Biohazard kind of stepped up his game.
He came into his own.
Yeah. He was pretty good in Season 1 and pretty good in early parts of Season 2, but then near the end of Season 2, he just became a monster.
Yeah,
that's why we call him the Freight Train. He just runs through everybody now.
And we saw that at the finals. That's why for 2015, like towards the end of the year, this was by far my favorite player and my MVP of the year. He was the most improved, and it was just like everything from his confirms to his matchup knowledge to the way that he used every variation of Ferritor. It was absolutely impressive. Like, I know Josh was a huge fan of Ferritor and watching Biohazard as well.
Type of character specialization being utilized in quite a different mix-up of the best 16 players. I mean, even Ed Boon went to Biohazard and told him after his loss, this was a tough loss. You rock Ferritor better than most people. So sticking with a character definitely can behoove you. But you always got to be flexible and know the different characteristics, strengths, and weaknesses of all the characters in MKX. Our match is ready. Let's get into it, gentlemen. Looking forward to who's going to take this one.
Thank you, Josh. And yeah, I mean, having Ed Boon come up to me and be like, dude, you did so. I'm just like, all right, you know what? I'll hold that L. That's okay.
Yeah, Ed Boon loves seeing underused characters, underused aspects of the game. I mean, it's his baby. You want to see everything in it. Wow, and they're already here.
Wow. So no mercy from Mount Cowboy.
Ruthless from Mr. Wyoming, a.k.a. Biohazard, and Cowboy on the right using Bone Shaper. So Ruthless with the pain and gain cancels, Bone Shaper with the bone
shaping.
Yeah, he shapes bones. Skill he picked up. All right, so Cowboy's off to an early lead. I don't know where you'd pick up something like that. This is weird. I'm just going to stop here. But, Cowboy's not going to get a flawless here, but this is basically what happened last time we saw them play.
It's really tough.
It is, and it's just Health Sparks in particular that makes this matchup so tough. As we can see, he's already used maybe 5 or 6. It's very, very hard for Biohazard to deal with that. Or, I'm sorry,
here we go.
Ferritor. Yep, and this is where Biohazard is going to get the most success. As soon as he gets the hits on Cowboy, he's going to have to keep him in pressure, and unfortunately it's been reversed on him again.
And it's Bone Shaper specifically as well because of that projectile right there. Every time, so like normally you would throw fair, you do the overhead and it would go through the sparks and it'd be fine, but that projectile is so fast and it moves so quick. Again, I just said fast twice, but it causes a real problem for that fair projectile.
Ooh, wow. Biohazard coming back pretty strong here.
As I say that, Biohazard just wins the round.
Immediately. And I'm a little bit surprised here, gotta say, that Cowboy is choosing Bone Shaper over Imposter. And I know you personally love the Imposter matchup against Ferritor. And we also did get to see it at Hype Spotting when Biohazard played, oh man, who did he play? It's blanking in my head. Did he play Tekken Master?
I think it was Tekken Master.
And that's a tough matchup.
That's a free grab. It's so nuts.
Oh, and he baits the armor with the pain and gain. This is going to be a lot of damage, but he's still at such low life, and Cowboy's going to have a lot of meter. What's he going to do here? Jumps over him, and that overhead. But Cowboy has the meter to break. Hellsparks here is going to be really tough to deal with.
Wow. He didn't have the life.
If he had had a little bit more life there, he would have been able to armor through that.
Yeah.
Maybe have gotten the kill, but Cowboy's going to take the first game pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just, this is a tough match. Even when, the thing that's really impressive here is even when Biohazard is getting in on one Cowboy, he's still able to get him off. He's poking at the right times, he's picking his spots.
Yeah, and Shinnok has great pokes, 7-frame low standing, and then 6-frame down 1. can do, he's great down 4, low profile down 4, 7 frame down 2. Everything he can do pretty much into Hellsparks.
Yeah. He is your favorite character.
Oh, yeah, man. I love Shinnok. I hate Shinnok.
You said that with such spite in your voice.
Oh, yeah. If you follow me on Twitter, I think you generally know how I feel about Shinnok. But you know what? Cowboy uses him well.
That's such a beautiful picture, by the way, them walking away in the sunset, which isn't a sunset, it's a burning city.
It's a beautiful burning city, though. It's very romantic. All right, so he's going to Vicious this time.
Oh, I try to bait something out, maybe armor, but instead they just stare at each other, and then Mom Cowboy grabs him.
It's interesting. During Vicious, her head is red. Her hood.
Her hood.
I didn't even notice that. I haven't seen anybody play Vicious
Shout
since
out
it's
to
come out.
NetherRealm and Ferritor's new costume. It is by far the best.
I agree. I love this new costume. It made me want to pick her or pick him up again. Pick him, her up. Pick her, him. I mean, it's both. I don't know.
Pick it up.
All right, and this pick is not looking so great. I'm not exactly sure why he chose this variation. He does get to check him a little bit more with the straight projectile, the boss toss, but he can already do that with the low. So
I don't know. This is just really hard all the way around. Like oh my goodness, what a read from Cowboy.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't need to read it. He can just react to it. That scoop goes one step away from full screen. So anytime that a character throws a projectile, just react to it, get a full combo from scoop. Ooh, this is not looking good.
This is
just
so
getting
tough
zoned
to
out.
watch.
Now, this is tough, but earlier in the bracket, Biohazard did manage to beat Damashi, who is another Shinnok that has been doing extremely well this season.
Okay.
So, I mean, he has beaten him, but
Nice back tap.
Cowboy is a whole different game, whole different player.
beast, yeah.
And also, I don't know if they use different variations.
Oh, here we go. A chance for Biohazard, but those Hellsparks. Nice, another overhead toss. Oh, and an armor through. Wait a second.
Oh, good block by Cowboy.
Oh, no.
Wow. You know, that was actually a great show of patience from both players.
Yeah.
It really looked like Biohazard was getting dominated that first part of that round. And then he patiently made it, came back all the way to the end, and as he started making the comeback, Cowboy, with his signature patience, didn't get caught by anything, and just waited, got that down one to scoop.
I think that's also what makes him such a dangerous Shinnok and the best, in my opinion. It's the fact that he has that ridiculous patience, and his reactions are actually really, really good.
They are. They're very, very good. His timing is just great in general, but that's something that you see when you have a player who plays the same character for the entire release of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, to be fair, we did see him kind of using Sub-Zero, I think, at the start of this game, Cowboy.
Yeah, at the very, very start at Shang Tsung's fight match.
Just looked so wrong. Like, it just didn't make sense. Like, that's not Cowboy. We knew him as the Shang player in MK9, so, I mean, it was only a matter of time for him to move on to Hellsparks.
Yep. Ooh, interesting choice. Cutthroat Kano. Okay, here's a character that we've been hearing a lot of buzz about recently. A lot of people, I mean, Cutthroat Kano, always been a relatively good character, but especially recently he got a few buffs, and people are really, really talking about him. They're saying he's potentially one of the best in the game, him along with Melina. People have been just hyping up a lot, so I'm interested to see how Biohazard plays him.
You said buzz.
Buzz? All the buzz? Unfortunately, Honeybee didn't quite make top 8 this week. Red Raptor knocked him out in round of 16. So,
but that's still points.
It is. It is. All right, Cowboy looking solid again. It's could be another 3-0 here.
Oh, goes for the jab afterwards. Doesn't work out. Oh, that is huge.
Oh, but he's hurting himself so much as this is going on. He's going to put himself at chip life. All he needs is a 6-frame down 1 here to win this match, or
Hellsparks. Either or.
You could anti-air, or you could Hellsparks. You could poke, or
that
you could
could have been huge, though, had he landed a hit.
Yeah.
That may have been death.
One more, and he could have done it. Cutthroat is known as having great damage, especially once he has meter. Really safe, actually plus on block, mix-ups, and pressure, and footsies.
Yeah, it's really hard to backdash. That forward 4-1 down 2 is so hard.
Ooh, and great choice of armor. This is going to be... Oh, wow. That was I think that was a necessary break, but unfortunately, this is going to be really tough for Biohazard. Almost having a bar, but the down 2 is going to take it, and that was rather convincing.
Every round, I mean, there was that first match, Bio was able to get around, but, I mean, just overall,
Yeah, this actually looked a lot like what we saw in Season 2.
Yeah.
It's just he just couldn't get past the zoning. Hellsparks is just an extremely good option against Ferritor. Ferritor,
Right.
he can't punish it with any of his specials. I don't think he can punish it with any of his specials too easily, at least.
Maybe in Lackey?
Maybe, or
I
I'm
mean,
thinking maybe low toss, but I'm surprisingly I don't actually know. I feel like I should
Wow.
know this. I generally know like everything that punishes Hellsparks. I'm embarrassed. I'm frankly
you do.
embarrassed here. But yeah, and running up is tough for him because he doesn't have that great of a run speed. So just Hellsparks, the fact that they push back, the fact that Cowboy can always do a mix-up by just meter burning it, taking some plus frames, pushing it back even further.
Or even just poking into it. Why not?
Yeah, definitely. And then once Biohazard gets his zoning started, there's always the enhanced scoop. But you know, I'm still surprised we didn't see Imposter.
I mean, it looked like he felt very comfortable with Bone Shaper. So.
Yeah, I mean, Bone Shaper's super solid. And man, he used that scoop great. Every single time, like I was literally just saying.
Yeah.
Every single time that Biohazard tried to counter zone, counter zone.
I know what you're doing, so I'm going to do it because I know what you're doing.
Whoa. Next level mind games.
Yep. That's what it was, man.
But, you know, I like the pick by Bio to use Cutthroat, but, I mean, I don't know. It didn't quite work out for him. Two character loyalists, when one of them has to switch, you know that something's
It's a bad look. Yeah, absolutely, it's a bad look. But, I mean, that's going to do it for Biohazard, but still making another top 8. That is going to be huge for him on points.
He has a lot of points right now.
So, Cowboy does need this. He needs to win. He needs to advance because he's been kind of absent the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that is actually what he was saying in the interview earlier. He said, you know what, you just got to go in with just a new perspective, a clear mind. Don't let your losses get to you.
Yeah.
And it's looking like he's playing super solid. This is going to be a really tough bracket for Sonic Fox. He's got to fight Red Raptor. He could potentially fight Cowboy, or potentially one of our next 2 players.
Which is going to be Scar or Saltface. I do want to say, though, that was a really good interview by Ryan.
Yeah.
That was really solid. I like his outlook right now on the game and what he needs to do to win. So, solid stuff. Congratulations on moving forward.